Hello and welcome to my channel, dear students. Today I am here with a very wonderful poem, that is the Ball poem from the First Flight book for class 10th. So let's get started. As usual, take a pencil in your hand and open up the book and make the notes as and when required. So the Ball poem has been written by John Berryman. He is an American poet and a scholar. So, in this poem, the poet describes the grief of a boy who loses his ball. He is very upset. A ball doesn't cost much, nor is it difficult to buy another ball. Then why is the boy so upset? So let's read out the poem to see what the poet thinks has been lost. So let's get started. So, children, in this poem, the ball symbolizes our family and friends whom we love a lot, and the loss of ball symbolizes their death or moving away from us. So, the first four lines of the poem go like this. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over there it is in the water. In these lines, the poet is asking the reader a question. The poet has seen the boy who is playing with a ball, and the ball is rolling away from him. The ball goes bouncing down the street, then into the water. Question that the poet asks is that what the boy should do as his ball has slipped from hand and gone into the water. This is the meaning of these four lines. Now let's see the literary devices that the poet has used here. First is anaphora, which means a word or a phrase that is being repeated in two or three lines at the beginning. So here you see the word what and merrily are repeated at the beginning of the line. So this is the usage of anaphora. Second device used here is imagery. Means the poet is able to create a similar snapshot in the reader's mind. It doesn't mean only visual imagery. It can appeal to any of our senses. Okay, so look at the line merrily. Here, the poet has used imagery. Next device is repetition. In the line, what is he to do? So here the word what is being repeated. So the last device used here is assonance. You remember assonance means the repetition of vowel sounds. So look at these lines. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? So here the sound O is repeated, hence it is the example of assonance. Let's see the next stanza. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the ball. As he stands rigid, trembling, staring down, all his young days into the harbour where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. A deem another ball is worthless now. So, in these lines, the poet wants to console the boy by telling him that there are other balls around, just like the one he has lost. The shock and the grief that the boy has received at the loss of the ball makes him stiff. The boy starts shivering all over. He watches the ball go into the deep harbor along with his childhood day. That is the memories of his childhood. The poet feels it would be wrong to intrude on his solitude. Means the poet doesn't want to interfere with his loneliness. It would be useless to give him a dime, means some money. It would be useless to give him some money and suggest him to buy another ball because the new ball will not bring the sense of belonging to the boy. Now, let's look at the literary devices used here. We have the repetition of the word ball here. Second, the poet has used metaphor when he says all his young days into the harbor. Here, the young days are compared to the lost ball. So, metaphor means comparing two things or ideas without the use of the word like or as. Let's now move to the next stanza. He senses first responsibility. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys a ball back. Money is external. In these lines, the poet tells us that the boy is facing the transformation. The boy is upset when he looks into the gloomy water because he cannot find the ball. This is when he gets his first sense of responsibility. The poet suggests that from the loss of the ball, the boy is learning what it means to lose something in the world of possession where he will lose things, will buy some more to replace the ones lost, but would never be able to buy back the thing that he had lost. In this poem, the boy's ball personifies his young days and happy innocence. The poet thus makes the boy understand about his responsibility as the loss is immaterial. Money is external as it cannot buy memories, nor can it replace the things that we love, the things that really matter. So, here in the last line, the ball is a symbol of possession, and the poet affirms that once lost cannot be replaced easily. Now, let's see the literary devices that are used in these lines. First is the alliteration. Look at the line, and no one buys a ball back. So here, which sound is repeated? So here B sound is repeated. So it is an example of alliteration. Second device is repetition. The word ball is being repeated here. See, balls, balls. This is an example of repetition. Now, let's look at the last four lines which goes like this. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. In these lines, epistemology actually means knowledge. So, epistemology of loss means understanding the nature of loss. So, here the poet says that boy's eyes are filled with sadness, but this grief or sadness has taught him a lesson. He is learning about the loss of things. Something that was once considered precious for him has gone away from him. So he is learning to accept the loss and then to move on against the sense of loss. He is trying to learn the real truth of life, the truth that everyone has to learn in his or her life, the truth of standing up against the odd miseries of life that everyone has to bear. Now, let's take a look on a literary devices used in these lines. Look at the line. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. So, what sound is repeated here? Vowel sound of E is repeated, so it is an example of assonance. Next comes rhyme scheme. There is no rhyme scheme used in this poem. The poet John Berryman wants to convey the importance of loss and responsibility in life. We all should learn our responsibility and how to cope up with the loss. The poet also wants us to learn that things will get lost from time to time and money simply cannot replace them all. So, children, here in the poem, the ball signifies us losing something valuable that cannot be brought or replaced. The poet wants us to understand that loss is inevitable and everyone must learn to cope up with the loss with patience and courage. Hope you understood the poem and let's meet in the next video and bye bye.